What's up, people? It's advice show time. And I already looked at the cover page, and it looks like there's not 25, not 26, but 27 questions today. That's what I get for having less for the last week or so. This time I got dosed up with the full Monty. Excuse me. Still coughing a little bit, but for the most part, I guess I'm recovered. Yeah, 27 questions. So let me hurry up and get started. This show is every week, pretty much. I mean, most of the time. It's on Wednesdays. And these questions are all submitted by people before the show. So my lovely cousin Candace has gone through the emails. She's picked 27 of them, and they put them into a document which she emails to me. I print it out. It has this lovely cover page on it, so I don't get to see any of the questions before I start reading them, and then I answer them off the cuff. That's the format that we follow for the show. So those of you who got an email from her telling you that your letter was included in this week, listen up. If she didn't tell you what number, then I can't help you, because they're all, I don't know who sent what. So let's get started since there's 27 of them. Question number 1, this is a young lady in the 22 to 27 age group. The male is 28 to 34, and I noticed she did not put, again, like last time, she didn't put where they're from. This is interesting. Okay, whatever. Summary of issue. My boyfriend wants me to shop for my engagement ring all by myself, and I'm not sure what to say to him. I've been with my boyfriend for over a year, and he's been discussing us getting engaged. We ended up going to one of those small shops together, and he barely participated with me. At one point, on the third person I'd been switched to, the guy made some degrading comment about my opinion on the ring he was showing me, and my boyfriend said nothing at all. I looked at the man and told him we would have to go now, and left. I felt a little deflated from the whole thing, and definitely it was not a romantic situation. I just felt tense and like I was having to defend myself and my wishes the whole time while my boyfriend stood passively. He has since been telling me I need to research jewelry stores and figure out what times we need to go, which has just further killed the romance of it for me. Then finally he told me I should go by myself and send in pictures of the ones I like, and I'm feeling down about it. Most people I've asked about it in my personal life feel it's somewhat off, and they or their partner were very involved and excited about this process. So I'm feeling like an outlier. I also want a Mossamite man, I don't know what that is, and not a diamond, so it's not like he's just stressed from the financial aspect. Is there something I should say to get through to him, or should I just move on and worry about more important things? I know I can't force him to be romantic. I'm trying to figure out why you want to marry a man who has so little interest in the process of becoming engaged. I mean, it's like, ideally we look at this as a once in a lifetime kind of thing. I mean, I know, a lot of people do it, but there's only that one first time. Let me put it that way. You get engaged for the first time, you get married the first time, and even if you do it again later, it's not the first time. And all the original romance and excitement and all the fantasies that young ladies have associated with that stuff is gone. In a situation like this, I feel that you are settling. You, just because you've been with him for a year and he's talking about marrying, you're going along with it. You need to think about this man. Is this guy with his mentality and his behavior towards you and this whole thing someone that you could see yourself being married to? I mean, part of the whole process of, the engagement parties and all stuff is the romance involved. And the guy needs to be just as invested in it as you. Even if he's not, he pretends to be because he knows that it's important and exciting for you. So that kind of, just by association, most men get kind of caught up in it because they see you're so excited and you're so happy and they want you to be happy and excited. And so they go along with it. And then eventually, sometimes, it's actually real. The ring situation is something that I don't know. Guys, don't they go and pick that with their friends or like the fiance's sister or auntie or somebody? I mean, or even by themselves. Why would you pick your own engagement ring and then sit there and let somebody insult you at the shop? You should have cussed him out or asked for the manager and told him how he talked to you. You don't just let somebody get away with something like that and talk to you like that. I don't understand you girls, especially something that cut with. I mean, not like you're gonna spend money there, but it could have been a situation where you spent money and then he talked to you all kind of crazy. I'm just not feeling, dude. I don't think he really wants to get married, at least not to you. And rather than push this and chase after him and write advice columns asking how you can get him on board, you should just tell him, you know what? It's become very clear to me that you're not really interested in getting married. You're just going through the motions because you think because we've been together so long that we need to move to that next level. And I'm telling you, you're not feeling it and I'm not feeling you. So let's just break up. Because one thing I don't want to do at this age is invest years and years of my life in a man who's not on the same page and not in the same book as me as far as where we want our lives to go together. Well, it's been a wonderful year. I really appreciate all the stuff I've learned from you and all the fun that we've had together. But this has come to a screeching halt. Deuces. Now, if you had any sense, that's what you would do and get out of this now. You don't want to marry somebody who shows that little interest in tradition. Because then, I mean, what's going to happen about the wedding and then your first pregnancy and every single thing he's telling you right now that he's not really on board. He's not tripping. Why are you still invested in this? You should read the handwriting on the wall, or as I like to say, read the room. This is a waste of your time. Okay. Let's move on to question number 2 of 27. This is a young lady in the 18 to 21 age group. The summary of issue: my boyfriend suddenly asked for space. And what should be my response? I'm struggling as I'm in love with him. Is this a red flag? Duh. In the 18 to 21 age group. So, I'm 21 and my boyfriend are in the same class in college. We've been together for 10 months now. Also, it's both of ours' first relationship. So recently, he said he doesn't feel things are working out and he needs space. I don't know what to do. I had so many breakdowns today. Everything was going great. IG, what's IG? I guess, is that what that means? I hate this damn text typing that you all do. Spell out the goddamn words. It's stupid. My boyfriend is quite introverted person. He likes space after our fight. He's a good guy. I don't know what to do now. Also, he doesn't know how long it will continue. I asked if I would still be his girlfriend after all of this, and he gave no clear answer. He says it's not a breakup. He just needs a break from life. He has depression issues of the past. Also, thoughts from 2 years ago, and people abandoning him. So I'm not really sure if I should give up on him. Also, I can't ignore him as we're practically in the same class with 50 other students and 4 semesters left for me. I'm going to tell you this. This is your first relationship, so you're dumb and you don't understand what this means. When you're with someone and they say to you, oh, I don't feel things are working out. And then they say they need space, that means it's a breakup. No matter what he says about it not being a breakup, you're supposed to have enough sense that you're in college to know what 2 and 2 is. And you should be able to add those up together and come up with 4, which means breakup. A man who is really into you does not want space. If anything, he wants closer. Okay, he trying to be in your face every 20, like breathe the same air. You can't even fart because he's just right there. And you have to like feel like you have to hold it in or something. Because he's just like all up in your face, all up in your mix. Everywhere you go, there he is. It's, he's calling you, he's texting you, he's trying to be around you all the time. Now, you got a dude who's telling you that it's not working out. He needs space. And you don't understand, or trying to claim you don't understand what that means. To the point where you bringing up, will you still be his girlfriend? The answer to that is no. And that's why he's sitting there stunned that you are in college and you just stupid. And you don't understand what he's saying to you. Okay, then he says, you want to bring in something about depression and thoughts from 2 years ago before you even mess. That has nothing to do with what he said to you about y'all's relationship. Your relationship is over. Okay, it was 10 months of fun. It was your first one. Keep in mind, first does not mean only. First does not mean best. It just means first. Okay, first. You will have many more before you arrive at find the man that's perfect for you and that you really want to be with. Okay, this was just one little clown on the road to whatever's going to happen for the rest of your life. Let this go. Stop chasing it. Stop fantasizing that it's more than what it is. Stop trying to put some spin on his words and act like you stupid and don't understand what the hell he's talking about. He don't want to be with you no more. Let it go. Question number 3. This is a male in the 28 to 34 age group. The young lady in question is 22 to 27. Summary of the issue. My girlfriend was all over a man at a Halloween party. He tried to kiss her twice and they were definitely flirting. He ended up being gay. How should I deal with it? Okay, so the girlfriend is 26 and he's 34. Don't you think that's a little young for you, sir? Anyway, he says, I told her I didn't appreciate a man being all over her. She said all over a gay man, and I told her that she smelled like another man and that they were way too close for comfort, and especially when that gay man made out with another gay man inches from her face, especially how it looked like they tried to rope her in for a 3-way kiss. Oh, some freak shit. When we were saying goodbye, he was saying that she's hot and again tried to kiss her. She dodged it and laughed it off and hugged him goodbye. He did act flamboyant and you could tell he was gay. However, I still felt uncomfortable. He might have been trying to set everything up so it was going to be a 4-way with you. You didn't think of that? Mm-hmm. When I confronted her, she said I was being insecure, overreacting, and I should get over it. What are your thoughts? How should I handle this? You should dump her. Why do I say you should dump her? Okay, now, even though the fact that these dudes were dating, there were all these other people at this party, right? This girl, who you're supposed to be in a relationship with, is acting like a trollop, okay? She doing all kind of hoe shit right in your face, right at the party, right in front of everybody, and then, talking about, well, because it's okay because the dude is gay, and the dude is going in for a kiss and, some freak shit. So what would I have done if I were you? I would have turned around and I would have walked out the door and told her to get home the best way she could. And maybe she could ride on the lips of them dudes that she's, letting kiss all over. I don't know. I would have said something real foul and funky and then got in my car and zoomed away and blocked her as I was, at the next red light. Why you put up with that major and unbelievable disrespect from both of them, and then whoever else the other dude was making out with, is unbelievable to me. Where are your nuts? Do you have a spine? Where are they? I cannot believe that you are this weak, sir. No way in the world. I mean, by the time you turned your head and saw that going down, you should have been going off or going out of the door, one of the two. So you basically, a whole room full of people at this event, this party that you went, now know you ain't shit. You just let people just walk all over you and spit in your face. And then you want to talk about it to the girl like, well, you did this. What you think she going to do? Because it's going to undo it? She going to be able to take it back, rewind the tape and make it invisible or something? Get your nuts in gear, sir. Pull your testosterone together and dump this girl. Okay. The one thing you should never, ever, ever do, ever, is let somebody disrespect you like that, even half that much. So get it together, sir. Get it together. This is ridiculous that you even had to write me to ask me what you should do. These daddies, I don't know. They just ain't teaching their sons nothing. I don't understand. He sounds like he's milk toast. You know, I haven't used that term in a long time, but he's doing milk toast behavior. What's happening? Somebody knew a very interesting name, time traveling. What's up? You checked your question? Uncheck Christian, uncheck your notifications and then recheck them. Sometimes when they do a software update, things get kind of janky. So go in, uncheck it, and then recheck your notifications bell thing, because it may have undone itself, or it may look like it's checked, but it's not really. So that's why I say if it says it's checked, uncheck it and then redo it. That would be my suggestion. Question number 4. This is a young man in the 22 to 27 age group. Summary of issue. Why is dating multiple people normalized and so common? I'm trying to figure out why you think it's not, but let's see what you think. I understand talking to multiple people on the apps at once, but once the conversation moves on to in-person date, it's weird how people think it's okay to date multiple people at once, especially if you become intimate. You think that means something? That don't mean nothing. Y'all be playing like Russian roulette with people's mattresses. There's no special meaning to being intimate these days. Not amongst y'all on these swipey things. You just do it for entertainment value, what it seems like to me. Having an exclusive talk just seems like a symptom of a larger issue of people wanting to eat their cake and have it too. Once I click with someone in person, I just don't understand how people can get to know multiple people intimately. I pause the apps because it feels like I'm not properly giving that person my undivided attention. Why is this a thing that is so widely accepted? What am I missing? Just to clarify, when I say dating, I don't mean a casual first or second date. I mean third, fourth, fifth date, and so on. Basically, situationships. Okay, so you got a situationship. It's not a committed relationship. Ain't nobody said nothing. Ain't no rings exchanged. No promises of love have been exchanged. Ain't nobody in any sort of, oh, let's do this kind of conversation. But because you screw somebody and because you've seen them 3 or 4 or 5 times, you want to assume exclusivity and that they should not be seeing anyone else. Do you know how stupid you sound right now? Until somebody finds somebody and they want the person just as much as the person wants them, you're supposed to date around. Okay, that's how you're supposed to do it. And if you want to sleep with them, you have every right to do that. Because why? You're not a couple. See? So you them types that want to lay down thinking, just lay down for the fun of it and thinking that you get up with a commitment. It doesn't work like that. If you don't lay down with a commitment, you don't get up with one. A lot of times you think you got a commitment and you lay down with somebody and the next thing you know, you get up and you still don't have a commitment. It was just seduction talk. So I'm really trying to figure out what it is that you're expecting from someone that you haven't had the commitment conversation with. They don't owe you anything, sir. Get over yourself. If a woman wants to sleep with 10 dudes, that's her business, because she ain't your woman. And you said the word right here, situationships. Situationships are not commitments. Nobody owes anybody anything. No loyalty, no phone call, no time. You can't assume you're going over to nobody's house. You ain't getting no keys. You don't have no commitment. They are entitled to see whoever they want to, whenever they please, and do with that person whatever they want to, whenever they please. It's not your woman. Okay? That's the part you just getting all twisted about. And because you choose to pause the apps and stuff, that don't mean nobody else has to. They might, like you enough to see you again, but that don't mean that they like you enough to want to just end all their search and because you like the one and all this old stuff here, like you tripping. You need to get over yourself. You doing the most. If you can't handle the heat, stay off the apps. That's all I'm gonna tell you. Stay off the apps and go to one of them dating services, the marriage broker places, and then you know that the girl is looking for a husband and the person will match you up and it's gonna cost you about 10 grand, but you can find you a wife, and then all the stuff you talking about will apply. As long as you single and you out there on these dating apps, don't nobody owe you shit. And all your expectations are unrealistic and ridiculous. Now, I hope I made myself clear. What's up, Shay? We have to hear about Shay's birthday. Christian, you're making too much sense there. That would be the logical question. But, people don't, just want to assume stuff. And in a situationship, too, that's the word he used, situationship. And I'm like, since when has a situationship ever meant commitment and one-on-one and love and I ain't seeing nobody else? When has that word ever meant that? This dude, I'm telling you, he needs something wrong with him. Question number 5. This is a female, 22 to 27. The male's 28 to 34. Summary of issue. He is supporting his ex with no end in sight. And you still with him? My boyfriend of 1 year is paying the mortgage and all of the bills for his ex. They were never married. Teenage child of theirs lives in the house. The house is his, but he doesn't live there. He spends half the week with his family. The ex does not or drive or provide anything for the house or the teenager for 3 years. His excuse is fear of alienating the child, but when I ask what he plans to do this for the rest of his life, he won't tell me yes or no. He has told me several times that he's going to insist the ex at least provide something, but he won't follow through. Obviously, this has a huge financial impact on him and us in the future. If we are a couple, do you have any thoughts? Yes, deuce out. You know what you're there for? A boo-hoo-hoo-hoo-hoo. And the last word is tay. That's all you there for. His heart and everything and his money is on this other chick. Okay. If he really wanted to provide, he could kick her out and y'all move into the house and take care of his kid. Right? That would make the most sense. But no, he doesn't want to do that. He wants to support this woman. And that tells you right there that, that's where his heart is. Now, since that is the case, they weren't even ever married, why do you stick around? What is it that you think you're doing except supplementing his income that he turns around and wastes his on this other chick? So you taking care of him financially and he's taking care of her. And you write me asking what you should do. You don't have no sense. She said her birthday was amazing. I love to have people have amazing birthdays. I don't even remember mine. I don't know if it was amazing or not. Oh, yes, I'm glad you had fun, Shay. You deserve it. You should have all the fun. Slavery, I don't have good sense. I'm sorry. Yeah, this is kind of interesting. Question number 6 of 27. This is a young man in the 22 to 27 age group. The young lady is also 22 to 27. Notice we don't have any locations this week. My girl says she's not putting them in. Just guess where they from. I'm like, wow. Summary of issue. My girlfriend is annoyed that I'm going out for drinks with a friend while she is away at working. I live with my girlfriend and she is going away for the weekend with a work-related trip in a few weeks. I decided to message a friend I haven't seen in a while and asked he wanted to come to the apartment that weekend and we could chill out, order some food, play video games, and then go out for a few drinks since we haven't met up in a while. He agreed, and then I was talking to my girlfriend and she asked what I was going to be doing when she was away. I told her what the plan was, and she asked if we'd be going out, and I said, yeah, we'll be going to a few bars, and we might go to a club if we're still out. She said she thought I'd be staying in and doesn't really think I should be out drinking when she's not there. Is she your mama? I asked what the problem was, but she just repeated that she doesn't think I should be doing it. I asked her if she expected me to just not make plans, just sit at home waiting for her to get back. But she said I was twisting her words. She just said I shouldn't be going to multiple bars and a club, especially when she's out of town. But I fail to see what the problem is. How would you handle this type of situation if you were me there? If I would have told her, get the fuck over it because A, you ain't my mother. And B, I'm a grown man. I'm going to go where the fuck I want to go with who I want to go with. And I'm going to stay out as long as I can. Now, you don't like that. I don't know what to tell you. But, you're going to get over it because that's what I'm going to do. So I don't know what else to tell you. So I'm going to hang up now or whatever. You talking on the phone or whatever. That's what I would have done. First of all, what you failed to do was check her. What you did was just encourage her bullshit. You don't let nobody try to control you like that. And that's what you were supposed to tell. You don't run me. You don't run nothing but your mouth, girl. It's like, I love you and all that stuff. But one thing I'm going to never let you do is dictate what I do and where I go. That's not going to happen. So, you want to act like, you got to worry about me and check on me like I'm a kid. I know what the fuck to do and how to conduct myself when I'm out in public. One thing you don't have to do is worry about me. You need to worry about yourself. So I'm going to go and have fun while you on your work trip. I'm not going to stay at home looking at the walls. I'm not going to do that. And anything I do is going to be my business. See, so that's what you do because, she needs to worry because she's trying to dictate and stuff and trying to control you. What you need to do is flip that back so that she understands she has no control. And then she'll be on her work trip crying and worrying and stressing. That's what, if it were me, that's what I would do because I'm petty like that. And I say, don't worry about what I'm doing. You need to worry about yourself. And I'll get home when I get home. If I even come home, stuff like that. I would drop little nasty lugs like that just to make her feel extra insecure because I'm a little asshole like that. But one thing I'm not going to do is have somebody doing what she's trying to do, trying to control you, guilt trip you, and manipulate you. I'm twisting, you're twisting my words. No, I'm not twisting shit. That's what you said. You just don't want to hear it back, repeat it back to you. But, like I said, that would be the response you would have got from me. And the fact that you didn't do that, see, you set a dangerous precedent for you allowing her to tell you her opinion, which you didn't ask for, and to set you up to be controlled. Dude, don't ever do this again. And I don't care who the woman is. You in your 20s, even if it's your mother, you check people who try to control you like that. And you shut it down. Okay, don't ever let a woman treat you like that, ever. If she's worried about something like, well, at least make sure that you guys get a driver or catch an Uber or something you're going to be drinking. Please don't get behind the wheel of a car. She could say something like that, which shows concern and it would be valid. While you guys club hop and stuff, take a Uber, a taxi, a Lyft, whatever. Don't drive. And then you could promise her that, and then, she's supposed to be fine with it. But other than that, all this other conversation is trying to control you. And that's not what you do. And in the future, if she asks you what you're going to do, say, I don't know yet. I'll decide later. I'm sorry, I'm kind of tired. I might just stay at home. And then when you don't stay at home, she'll be like, I thought you said you were tired. Yeah, I was, but I took a nap and it was amazing. I just felt so relieved and so refreshed. I called my buddies and we went out in the hood, hit the streets. I wouldn't be telling women all my business like that. These people just talk so much. I didn't used to tell my husband all that. He'd be like, where are you going? I'm going where I'm going. Well, when are you coming back? When I get back, you see me. Or I don't know, maybe somewhere between 11 and 3 a.m. Well, dang, why you got to stay out so late? Because I'm grown. Well, and then, he could see this is not going in a good direction. Maybe I just shut up. And so he would. And that only happened, at first. I mean, after that, he got used to me. He didn't ask my ass shit where I was going or when I was coming back or want to be with or nothing. If I volunteered the information, he would always be happy. But most of the time, I didn't say anything. I'd just walk out the door and say, yeah, I'll see y'all later. And just grab my keys and my purse and be out. I don't like people telling me what to do. And I don't like people checking me like that. My parents didn't even do that when I was growing up. As a teenager, you know what I mean? They just be like, well, make sure you stay safe. And, if you're going to be out late, have your friends call us and let us know whose house you staying at and stuff like that. They would say stuff like that. So we know where the fuck you are. Be my daddy. But other than that, nobody was checking on me like that. I refuse to have a relationship where they treat me like worse try to have worse control over me than my own parents did? Please. Question number 7. This is a female in the 18 to 21 age group. The young man is 22 to 27. Summary of issue. I saw that my boyfriend was texting his friend and we're in an open relationship. Oh, he was, wasn't he? And I take it to the fact that you writing that you not. This is interesting. And we definitely are not. This was one of his guy friends, and I don't think my boyfriend is gay, so this feels really weird. I asked him about it, and he said he just wanted to seem cool. He's 27, though, so I feel like that might be a lie. We've been dating for 3 years. I feel like that is really some sketch behavior. I'm thinking of breaking up over this, but I don't know if I'm overreacting. I don't think he'd cheat on me, but clearly he would lie about me. I want to stay with him on one hand because we have had a nice relationship that's been pretty healthy, but I don't want to worry about my partner lying about me or cheating. They should be your safe place, I feel like. Am I thinking about this wrong? Please help me. Oh, no. This is definitely breakup material. Let me explain to you why, though. You're thinking you are focused on the cheating aspect. That's not the point here. The point is your boyfriend misrepresented his relationship with you to another man. So this is a close friend of his. Obviously, the guy's been around you in the 3-year period, and him saying you have an open relationship presents you and the situation that you have with this guy in a different light. And he did that intentionally. Is that respectful of you? Absolutely not. Does it make you look like you stupid? Absolutely. Does it make you look like you're desperate? Absolutely. Does it make it seem like he has zero respect for you and he's just with you because it's convenient while he dibbles and dabbles with other people whenever he gets ready? Absolutely. So that's the image that he's trying to present to his friend by saying that he wanted to look cool. He sacrificed you, your dignity, your morals, your values, and your self-respect, as well as your respect for him and the relationship, all so he could, quote, look cool to this male friend of his. So see, when you say he's not gay, but I'm looking at that's some sus behavior. Why are you trying so hard to impress another dude with your cool to the point where you throw your girlfriend that you've been with for 3 years under the bus without a fucking care? See, you not looking at this the way I'm looking at this. You're all focused on the cheating part. The cheating part is not at the core here. It's the disrespect and what his goal is for doing that. He says it's trying to look cool. I don't think it's about that. I think it's about something else. And he's, maybe the friend wanted to introduce him to somebody. Not to say that he would actually go through with it and actually, sleep with the woman or anything like that. But he's leaving the door open for such behavior so he could hang out with this guy and somebody else. Would it be another woman? Possibly. Another man? Possibly. We don't know. All I do know is you were just majorly disrespected here, and there's no way I could ever be with a man or trust a man again who did me like that. And of the 3 years that I put into loving him, it just up in smoke with the biggest level of disrespect that I could imagine. Yeah, it's absolutely breakup material. But again, like I said, most young women these days don't seem to understand boundaries. They don't have any, and they don't understand disrespect. And they don't understand when a man disrespects you, what that means. He don't give a fuck about you. When a man is madly in love with you to the point where he is scared that he's going to fuck up and mess up the relationship, there's no way he would do anything like this. There's no way he would even think to do anything like this. What he would be doing is talking about, yeah, my baby this, my baby that. Even while he's on the phone with his other dudes, he'd be looking at you, winking at you, telling you to come sit in his lap so he could rub your hair, kiss your cheek as you pass by. There's going to be a different way that he's going to be around you and interact with you. It will not be like this. So please heed my words. This is a warning. This is a warning. If you don't pay attention to it, it's just going to go downhill from there because he knows you heard it and you responded to it and you're going to stay with him anyway. It's very dangerous ground you messing with if you think you're going to stay in this relationship and it's going to stay healthy like this. You would have tolerated, you would have accepted major disrespect So you have no place to go but downhill. I want you to understand what's happening here. Because you're young, you're only in the 18 to 21 age groups, so you don't have too much experience with men yet. I'm warning you. This shit here is over. Should be anyway. Question number 8. This is a female in the 22 to 27 age group. She's from Jersey. She's Caucasian and she's a Cancer. Okay, so why she got all the stuff on this one that she didn't put them on the other ones? The male's 22 to 27. He's a Leo and he's also white. So a Cancer and a Leo. I'm not too sure about that. But anyway, summary of issue is this guy from the past trying to be friends or trying to date. Hello, I have no experience with men and I'm confused about this situation. I love this community and thank you in advance if I am chosen. I'm 22 doing a graduate program. As I'm on campus, I run into a guy who's 23. I went to high school with him for a couple of years before I moved. I talked to him pretty often until my friend thought I liked him and would cut me off while I talked to him and invited herself to a plan we made back then. That's because you had a big mouth and you told her what you was going to do with bitches, okay? I just stopped talking to both of them and I'm fairly sure they dated. When I ran into him, he asked me how I've been and for my number so he could keep in contact. I gave it and added his social media. After liking his post, he messaged me saying that it was his sign to talk to me. She put a couple of question marks. I'm like, oh. We exchanged some conversations, and then he asked me what my course schedule is like. I asked him why he wanted to know, and he said that he would prefer to see me in person and get coffee, as if I have a day I'm free because he doesn't want to only keep our convo on messages. I'm out of state, so I said this Friday works for me. He said that's perfect. Since then, we have stopped texting as much, but still communicate. We didn't set a time or a date, or a place rather. I just told him a day. I told my friends, and they said different things. That he's trying to hook up, that he's trying to be friends, he's trying to date. I'm not sure if I get the date too late, and he's just bored, or if this is indeed just a friendly meeting. He's not flirting at all, just asking questions. I am weary because of the mixed responses my friends have given me, and I just trust your judgment and the squad. My worry is I'm putting too much on this, but I can also be naive because I have no male experience, so I'm writing in to hopefully figure out if I should even go, if I should remind him of the plan. My friend said I was too mean by saying, why do you need my schedule? To me, I was just asking what his intent to meet up, but I have written it in an off-putting way. I really appreciate the advice I get in advance. Oh, aren't you sweet? I'm going to say this. He's investigating, but, you ask, is he trying to hook up? Is he just being friendly, all this stuff? You decide that part, right? It don't matter what he's thinking in the back of his little crooked mind. What matters is what you do. Hold on a second. I knew this would happen eventually. I just can't go through a couple of hours without coughing. Yeah, you control this whole narrative here. Now, you gave him a day, and he said that's great. That's it. That's all you do. The ball is in his court, right? He said, "Oh, when are you in town?" "Oh, I'm out of town, but I'll be back Friday. Friday's good." "Okay," he says. So now the ball, you say okay, so that means the rest of it is on him now. He agreed to Friday, so it's time for him to make a move if he's gonna make one. And if you go and meet him and have coffee, I'm not saying don't do it. I'm just saying make sure that's all it is. Watch your coffee cup. Don't be getting the coffee and then wandering off somewhere, turning your head, digging in your purse and all this old stuff here. You're not going to do that. You're going to choose the coffee shop, and it's going to be some place where you preferably know some people, or it's an area that's familiar to you. Let me put it that way. Okay, don't be stupid like these lot of girls. They sitting up there and they look, coffee's over here, right? Dudes there, and they sitting up there putting on makeup and all this kind of stuff. Coffee cup all exposed and it's warm, right? So anything that he puts in it is going to dissolve and dilute right away, and you're not going to ever notice. So since you don't have much experience with men, I'm telling you now, don't do that. If you have a situation where you don't want to, can't watch your cup, Then when you come back, you say, "Oh, this is cold. Can you give me a new cup of coffee? I'll pay for it." Yeah, they be. I don't be playing with that kind of stuff. So, everything about this you control, and you would be able to sit there and talk to him and ask him, well, how did your relationship with so and so end? Don't ask them if they had one. Just ask them how it ended, which is a presumption that they had one, and see how he answers you. Because your friend is just messy. I had a girl that was like that. I'd stop messing with her too. Even though the guy, I wasn't even talking to him, I just met him the same night as her. But he was interested in me, and the next thing I know, she just like got between us and just like swooped on dude. It was amazing. Yeah, they're totally different vibe. Question number 9. This is a female in the 18 to 21 age group. Summary of issue. How can I handle being hit on at the gym repeatedly by the same guys? God, we keep getting these gym questions. I'm 21 and I go to the gym at least 3 times a week. Mostly I do yoga, but I'm also using the equipment area to work out. I usually turn a few heads while doing so, and honestly, I kind of like the attention that I get. Okay, here we go with the bullshit. Guys come over to chat with me, and as am overly nice and polite girl, I'm nice and smiling when they do. I do not respond to their attempts to get my number or a date, though. I usually lie and tell them I have a boyfriend. Some give up after I tell them, but some don't. However, as my workout schedule stays mostly the same, I keep meeting the same guys over and over. And while it's all nice and fun for a little time, at some point they get eager to take the next step with me, interrupting my workouts by forcing their chats on me. Some even are fine waiting for me to leave. They listened when I told them not to follow me so far, but it's still creepy. How do you do it? I'm enjoying the attention, but drawing boundaries to have their cake and eat it too. Bottom line, how do I politely keep my distance to the gym bros without pissing them off? You don't really want to keep your distance. You've already made that quite clear. Do you understand the mixed messages that you put in this letter and that you obviously are communicating to them? That's why they keep fucking with you. You don't know what the hell you want. So on one hand, you're like, oh, I want them to leave me alone. They're interrupting my workout. But then it's like, oh, I'm smiling and I welcome the attention. I like the attention. I want to have my cake and eat it too. You wasting my time writing this. You figure this out, okay? You done opened this Pandora's box with your bright smile and happiness and eager to be some validated by some complete strangers at the gym. So, you want to act all stupid, then you just deal with the consequences of your stupid behavior. Don't bother me. Don't bother me. Women write to me who seriously don't want to be bothered. Okay, they don't find any joy in it. They don't want any pleasure from these dudes, no conversation from these dudes. They find no pleasure in these dudes bother them. They want to be left the hell alone. Those are women that write me. Your letter, though, even though you want to back them off a little bit, you still want the attention and you still worried about not pissing them off. Who gives a fuck? These are complete strangers. Why are you worried about not pissing them off? Do you really want to work out in peace? Then you're going to piss them off, or risk pissing them off. But the bottom line is they're not invested in you like that, so who cares? Waiting at the door for somebody that's creepy. Because really, like, if you was really creeped out about it, you would alert the management and say, look, these dudes be waiting for me to leave and trying to follow me to my car and stuff like that. I want them to leave me alone. But see, your behavior have to match your words. And right now, your words and you were just all over the place. So you don't know what you want, so I don't know what you want, so I don't really care what you want. Now, that's where I am with it. You just figure this out on your own. I love gym people. Because when with the gym bros, they come up and they be trying to talk. And this was even when I was younger and stuff. They be trying to holler and everything. And I'm like, why are you over here? This is Deb. Why are you here? Oh, well, I just trying to be friendly. Do you realize that I have enough friends and I'm not trying to be friendly at the gym? I'm here to get my workout on. Can you leave me alone? And they be like, well, damn, you don't have to be like that. Obviously, I do because you just all up in my face. I'm trying to exercise here. That's why I come here and pay all this money. I don't come here to socialize. I come here to work out. So thanks. And then they leave you alone after that because when they see you, they be looking at you across the gym, fearfully because you were clear. My words match my behavior because I don't be grinning at them. I'm not trying to invite them nowhere. One day, oh my God, this old dude came over to me from where he was. Okay, dude had a tooth like every now and then, had to be in the 70s or even older, maybe, I don't know. And he'd walk in with his little hobble walk, and he came across several different machines, and he came over to where I was. And as soon as he started coming my direction, I'm like, okay, here we go. Old ass, ugly ass, toothless black man. And he's coming over there, oh, when you do that, this and that. I said, let me stop you right now. I worked for 15 years as a personal trainer. I know every machine in this gym. There's nothing that you can teach me. Okay, I already know what I'm doing. So please go back and do your workout and so I can do mine. Well, I was just going to show you, young lady. I don't need you to show me something. Did you miss the part where I worked professionally in this field? I don't need you to show me anything. I probably know more about it than you do. Well, he didn't like that part at all. He was like, well, I'm this and that. I said, I don't care. I'm trying to get my workout on, so just leave me alone. And so he walked away and he was mumbling about how, rude and bitches and all sorts of shit. I didn't care. Because see, next thing, if he said it to me, because he was walking away and he was mumbling it, then he would become every kind of toothless, old, half-crippled motherfucker that I could think of. And, I get loud and ghetto and stupid. And so then it would have been on in the gym. 24-hour fitness would have been turned out. But instead, he mumbled it as he walked himself away, and so it was fine. I've seen him every now and then again, and he just looks at me, and I just turn my head like, ugh, you're gross and disgusting. Yeah, I'm not trying to hear you. Your breath's probably funky anyway with them rotten teeth. I mean, look at somebody and they all snaggle tooth and stuff. It's like, get you some false teeth and yank them 2 teeth out and get you a whole grill or something. It was just gross. But yeah, I could feel myself, ramping up. And usually the gym is like my peace place. I go there and I'm like, I'll be in my Zen moments and stuff, getting my sweat on, thinking about, my problems going away because I'm sweating them out and I'm getting buff. And, it's a positive thing for me. I love being at the gym. But one thing I don't like is men trying to get in my face and get they swerve on for their $25 a month with all the women. Get your cheap, funky ass away from me. You think you're going to get yourself off. Go pay a dating site if that's what you want to do. Anybody trying to be looking at you? You ain't cute. So, any girl listening to this, if you like her and you want all this attention from men, you just going to have to deal with the drama. Don't waste my time. Question number 10. This is a female in the 28 to 34 age group. Summary of issue. What to do if the words don't match the actions? Do I keep things casual or break it off? I'm 32, he's 35. We all know the saying, actions speak louder than words. We've all been in a situation or know someone who has, where the words being said, I want to be with you, but the actions don't match them. Okay, and you 32 and he's 35. Okay, I just want to make sure I keep track of that. But what if the opposite is happening? Meaning, what if the words be saying are, I don't want to have a relationship with anyone or care for anyone, but the actions are showing that they do care for you in more than a friendly way. I have been casually hanging out with this guy. He's been very clear with his words what he's looking for, but his actions are saying a different thing. I guess I'm looking to see if you have any thoughts on what or how it worked for others in similar situations. Yeah, a lot of women are into those similar situations. But what you did, what's happening here is he already put you on notice, right? He told you, I'm not looking for nothing serious. I'm not looking for a relationship. So you allowing him to spend your free dating time are the one who's fucking up. He doesn't want what you want. He already told you that. So any moments that you spend with him after he's put you on notice like that is your choice. It's your choice to waste your time. Your choice to risk getting emotionally attached to somebody who straight up to your face told you out the gate, I don't want any relationship with you. The most that we can have is a situationship, booty call, friends with benefit thing. And that's why he's hanging out with you, because he's hoping that that's what you're going to give him. And so you, even at 32, are too stupid to understand that. It's just shocking to me. You putting on, but he's doing this, he's doing that. I don't give a shit. The words and the actions have to match. And it doesn't matter what his actions are. If his words said he's not interested in what you're talking about, pay attention. And especially he's told you that first. So like I said, any actions he's doing, you're allowing it. Because if he wants to spend time with you, all you have to do is say, no, thank you. I'm trying to find someone to be serious with, and I can't be spending all my time with you. And then you hang up the phone, or you just stop texting him, or what is this? You, he wants to hang out and say, oh, no, I can't. I'm busy tonight. I'm going on a date. Stuff like that. All the boundaries that you would need to put in place for this situation are on you to put in place, and you're not doing it. Instead, you being like a high school girl, like, oh, he wants to see me. He wants to spend time with me. I think he likes me. Even though he said he doesn't want a relationship, I'm just going to ignore that, and I'm just going to go with the fact that he's in my face all the time, even though I should know that this is just seduction. I'm trying to play stupid. Man tells you some stuff, you better listen to what he's saying and believe him, okay? He's saying, I don't want it. I mean, he don't want, even if he does want it, he don't want it with you. So either way, just leave this clown alone and stop this at 32. Question number 11. This is a female in the 18 to 21 age group. Summary of issue. Oh, I'm sorry. This is not a female. This is a male, 18 to 21. Summary of issue. I asked a girl in uni, and she offered me a friendship instead. How do I react? I guess he meant he asked a girl out. I'm a 21-year-old male studying at university. I live in a conservative society where we don't do cold approaches, and we become friends instead and maybe proceed to a romantic relationship from there. This girl who is familiar with from university, who I had some eye contact with together, I got her Insta to follow her, and she followed me back. I started to text her occasionally, just small messages. She seems kind, but there was little reciprocity. After some time, I just told her the way I feel, and I would like to get to know her more. She says she, quote, is not interested in dating now because of her studies, end quote, and she offers friendship instead. Obviously, it is disrespectful for me and manipulative for her to accept a friendship when I'm catching feelings. Wow. I'm going to ream you about that shit in a second. Let me finish your letter. I don't want to befriend her, but I think that maybe it is preferable for her to be friends and then maybe becoming more serious. It was about 4 months since I saw her and spoke, and I'm going to see her in the near time, and I don't know what to do. Okay, let me refer back to the beginning of your letter where you said, I'm from a conservative society where we don't do cold approaches and we become friends instead and maybe proceed to a romantic relationship. Okay, so since that's how your society works, I'm trying to figure out how on the next page you say that because she says that she wants to offer friendship and that's disrespectful for you and manipulative for her. Do you know what kind of fool you sound like? You sound like an entitled little jerk because you catching feelings. Nobody gives a fuck about your feelings, as you see. Your feelings are yours to own and catch and all that old stuff there. Nobody on this planet has to give a fuck about your feelings, sir. And whatever you catch, a cold, a flu, a mosquito, a butterfly, a bird, a plane, it don't matter what you catch. It's don't impact nobody but you. The girl offered you friendship. All you had to do is say, I'm not interested in being friends. I was hoping for something more. And when she would say, I'm concentrating on my school, I'm not trying to date right now. And at her age, that is appropriate thing for her to say. Because boyfriends take up too much time and they're very much a distraction. I wish more young girls would have that focus and keep their heads on straight about what they're supposed to be doing for themselves and not worry about some boy and his feelings and what feelings he's catching or what he wants to do with her and all this old stuff here. It's irrelevant. Plenty of time for that in your 20s and 30s, okay? You don't know what to do, you're not going to do nothing. Because A, she's not your friend. B, she's not your woman. C, she ain't your relative. You're not going to do nothing. You're just going to say hi and just keep it moving. If you even see her close enough to say that. You might just see her in a crowd or something. But one thing I want you to understand is this feeling of anger that you have, that what she disrespected you and is trying to manipulate you or something. She told you her truth. Her truth is, I'm not trying to be involved with you or anybody else because I'm focusing on school right now. So for you to get mad about that makes you have to be like an asshole. Okay? You feel like she's supposed to give you what you want because you want it. You lucky she don't cuss you a bitch ass out. Question number 12. This is a female in the 22 to 27 age group. The male is 28 to 34. Summary of issue. My husband doesn't want my parents to stay longer than a weekend, and it's a 7-hour drive for them. Okay. They could have called a plane and been there in an hour. What you want from me? I'd appreciate some advice as my husband thinks I'm being unreasonable. My parents live a 7-hour drive away. We recently moved to a new house and they haven't seen it yet. I would like to have them stay next month for a long weekend, 3 full days. We have a large spare room with an ensuite for them to stay in. My dad is amazing, helpful with do-it-yourself stuff and has offered to put up shelves, help sort the garden, etc. I would also like to see them to catch up and for a bit longer than just a weekend since they're coming all this way. I haven't even seen them much this year for various reasons. I'd like to have them here for a full day on Friday, so arriving Thursday evening, leaving early Monday morning. So Thursday night, Friday night, Saturday night, Sunday night. Thursday night, Friday night, Saturday night, Sunday night. So that'd be 4 nights, leaving Monday morning. Okay. And I would take a leave of absence from work on Friday and show them around the area. But my husband says no way can they come on Thursday night. And if I bring it up again, he'll get very annoyed. He only wants them over the weekend. He can just work from home or go into the office on the Friday so he wouldn't need to even see them. I've also told him he can just make plans over the weekend if he wants some of his own space. For context, my parents are kind and helpful people, and they would like to see us in our new home. Well, it's like this. 7 hours is not that big of a deal. I mean, I don't know how old your parents are, but that's like from here to LA. It's not that far. You can drive down there real easy in one day, stay overnight, and come back the next day. I've done it. Now, and I'm trying to figure out how long you think people need to walk around your house to, quote, see your house. They can see your house in one day. Now, what's missing here, though, is your husband's reasoning. Why he doesn't want them there for that long. You gave me a bunch of, your side of it, but you didn't explain what his position is at all. You didn't go into what's bothering him about them staying for 4 nights. What is it that's bothering him? You didn't say that at all. That would be a very important part of this letter. Does he not get along with them? Does your father criticize him because he doesn't know how to fix stuff the way that he does? Does he not like how your parents treat you and talk to you? Do they come in trying to bogart and take over stuff? There's a lot missing in this letter, so I'm going to tell you this. You tell your parents to come on Friday and that they can say Friday night, Saturday night, and they need to leave on Sunday. Because you need to have some time with your husband. It might be something as simple as that. He don't want them to take up his only free time that he would have with you over the weekend before everything goes back to normal. Could be something as simple as that. Maybe since you guys just moved into the house, your husband wants to have some time there and enjoy the house with his wife without a bunch of other people being there. You guys being as distracted by entertaining them. There's so many possibilities this just coming out into my mind about why he doesn't like this setup that you're talking about. You need to have some communication with him, and then you need to sit down and talk to your parents and say, well, we just moved in and we're trying to figure out how we're going to spend some time together too. So let's see you guys come on Friday, spend Friday night, Saturday night, and leave on Sunday. How does that? And make that work, because his house too. The petty part of me would be like, well, too damn bad. They coming and you just going to deal with it. But that's really not the way that you should conduct yourself as husband and wife. But I never said I was a great person. I just being honest. But then on the other hand, I don't want to look at my parents for no 4 nights and all them days anyway. So I'd be right there with them. Be like, well, y'all could come and stay one night to see the house, and then we'll take you to lunch, and then I'll drive your ass to the airport. And I would have them fly. I wouldn't have them drive. Have them fly so they're not so tired. Flight from here to, it's like an hour flight, 50 minutes or something. Come on now, just pick them up at the airport and drop their asses off. That's all they need to do. Don't have to worry about them being on the road for 7 hours. Let's move on. Question number 13. This is a female in the 18 to 21 age group. Summary of issue. How do I, quote, train myself to stop smiling at men who harass me? Oh, What did somebody tell me that's called? The deer something or something. I forgot what they said that was. I know this probably sounds like a stupid situation. I'm a stupid question rather, but generally, how do I do this? I was raised to greet everyone with a smile. I'm surrounded by people who smile at each other, albeit mostly women to other women, but I'm exhausted of it now. I was trying to get to the bus stop last night after a concert. It was pitch black, already a bad idea on my part. I ultimately got an Uber. A group of men on the street corner, and I feel stupid for smiling and making eye contact because it got me immediately catcalled. I know it probably would have happened regardless, but is there any potential that I increase the likelihood by smiling at them? Just trying to feel safer on my own and less approachable to people like that. Are we really just doomed to a life of harassment, or is there any way to management? Yeah, I mean, if you live in an urban area, chances are that that's something you're going to have to deal with. It starts when you're about 12 and it doesn't end until you're about 40 something. And it's just, men are stupid. They're just garbage and they just disrespect women all the time. And they always do that kind of shit when they're in a group because it makes them feel like big men on campuses. I don't know what they be trying to do and why they think that that's so cute to do like one woman and it's like 4 or 5 dudes and they think that that's cute. And that any woman would be comfortable and welcoming to their advances when they're like a fucking pack of hungry wolves like that. It's just they're just garbage to even think that that's appropriate. So in a situation like this, what you need to do is get you some pepper spray, a stun gun, whatever you gonna have. You need to have it on you in your hand. B, you don't need to be going to no concert and leaving late at night by yourself in the dark. You should have called an Uber to the front of the event to pick you up, and they show you a picture. I mean, on Lyft anyway, they show you a picture of the driver and the car, so you know which vehicle it is and what the person's name is, what they look like, and everything. So you're not getting in nobody's car accidentally that you think is the Lyft driver. The second thing is, you might smile because you're nervous and scared, and you think that's going to calm down the savageness of their approach. I don't know. I mean, it's probably a 50-50. I can't really tell you how to do it. You have to do what's comfortable for you. I never smile at them. I don't give a fuck about them kind of dudes. And if they get into, they would have been like, you just a bitch anyway. You talk about your mama. Is that what you're talking about? That hoe that birthed your ass? She must be a hoe because she didn't raise a son that got any kind of manners. Trifling 2-bit piece of shit. Fucker. Stuff like that. And so, I'm just like, but you have your weaponry ready, right? Because I've been looking to try to drop somebody with my 100,000 votes. I just want to. I just want to try it out. I just want to zap somebody for real and see them drop and shiver on the ground. So I'm waiting. I'm just probably trying to create an opportunity. But since I drive most places now, the opportunities for that are few and far between. But yeah, I mean, I got that thing and I'm like, dang it. I just want the fawn response. Oh, yeah, thank you, beautiful orchid. I knew it was something like that. So notice I said deer, but I remember it has something to do with some kind of deer type of animal. But yeah, I think it's that. That's what's going on with her. That's her response. And she's scared actually. And so she thinks by smiling at them that will, lower their aggression towards her. I don't know that works. These dudes in Oakland, that don't work because they take that as an open invitation. If you start grinning at them, they're going to make a U-turn and becomes like stuck to you, follow you, practically stalks you. So no woman ever smiles at the dudes here. Not here. We don't do that. That would be a mistake. So let's move on to question number 14 of 27. This is a young man in the 35 to 42 age group. Summary of issue. How do I go about making things official with the woman that I've been in the talking stage with? Okay, so she's older. It's like she's 39. Okay. We've been on several dates in addition to meeting her family. I feel like she's waiting on me to say something to make it official, but I'm not sure how to go about it. Can you give me a script? Your ass is 35 and you don't know how to make it official? What's been going on in your life, sir? This is kind of spooky because if I have to give you a script for that, then do you not know what to do after you've made it official? I mean, I can't script your whole life and your whole relationship now. This is kind of, at your age that you don't know, this is kind of odd. Like, what have you been doing? Where you been at? Like locked up somewhere where you didn't have much interaction with women? What's happening? So that's bothering me. But let's move on to the issue at hand. You met her family, you've been on several dates. She's waiting on you to say something to make it official, but you're not sure how to go about it. What you do is you sit her down. You go out to some romantic dinner, you reach across the table, you hold her hands, you look into her eyeballs, and you say, baby. I don't know. Just say her name is, I don't know. You know, my favorite name to use is Angela. Angela. You know, we've been seeing each other for blank time. You know, we ain't getting no younger. How about we do this? You want to just have something serious here where I'm seeing you and you seeing me, and we see what we can make happen here together. What you say? What you think about that? Because I'm just really feeling you. You know, your family's great. The conversation, communication between, you know, you got to tell her why you're thinking this way. So you got to give her something. Okay. You're not going to just make it seem like it's about some booty. You're going to, you know, give her some things about her personality, about the way you guys relate to each other. You're going to make her feel confident that this is something that you've given some thought to and that you really want, you know, that would be a good thing for her to try out. So that you got to come up with some stuff. I can't tell you that. That's on you. And then you ask her if that's, you know, if she's interested in that, because that's what you're interested in. And if she looks, you know, kind of like confused, you can say, well, you don't have to answer right now. You give it some thought. I know this is all of a sudden, it's just sprung this on you, but it's something I've been really thinking about. And, you know, I sound like I'm no kid. You ain't either. So, you know, we don't need to be wasting no years and years of our time trying to figure some stuff out. But you know, just let me know what you think. And just leave it at that. Then go on with the dinner, toaster, and go on with your fun. Question number 14. I'm sorry, that was 14. Question number 15. This is a male in the 22 to 27 age group. Summary of issue. Could this be cultural difference / shock? What am I missing? I moved to a new country for my master's. I've got a girl from another country on my team for group assignments. We get along pretty well. Since we live on the same streets, we travel together. I see her as nothing more than a friend and have been quite casual about it. Hence, oh, so he's over there somewhere in the UK. Hence, I've never minded her head on my shoulders during sleeping on the bus, sharing lunches, etc. I've been noticing she's getting more and more comfortable and touchy with me as days go by. Today, while I was busy with something, I noticed she was rubbing her boobs, not a one-off incident on my arms for which I made up some excuse and left the room. However, she's married to a great guy who's a total bro to be around, and I wouldn't do him dirty in any way. But is this any sign to stay away from her? Is this cultural differences? I'm not sure she's a good person, but this is a sign of anything. Should I end my friendship and stay away? You definitely should start putting some distance between the two of you. You say that you travel together. You want to do that. Cut that back. Don't travel with her all the time. Start cutting it back to maybe a couple times a week. And if she wants, you know, she'd be getting all touchy with you, say, you know, I've noticed that you've been very touchy with me lately. I would like you to stop. But you ain't saying nothing. You ain't saying nothing. So what? Just like I tell the women, if you don't like something, but you ain't saying nothing, and you just keep letting it happen, that implies to the person who's doing the stupid stuff that you're okay with it. You need to tell her, look, you know, I don't like all this. You know, you somebody else's wife. Don't be touching me like that. And don't be, you know, leaning all on me and all this whole stuff here. You want to lean on something, lean on the window. Lean that way. You know, you got to put up some boundaries and tell her that so that your husband will be, you know, okay with it and you be okay with it. But she's doing too much. And, you know, she's married to a great guy, but that don't mean he's not jealous and won't go crazy. So you need to squelch this. Squelch it. Question number 16. This is a male in the 20 to 34 age group. Summary issue. Am I in the wrong for telling my mother to discuss plans with me instead of telling me? And how do I proceed? Oh, God, this looks like it's going to be some long-winded. I was right. Something about the way that they write those introductions, I can tell. Okay, I'm getting ready to trim this down. Okay. So me and my wife and our families were planning how we would spend our Christmas. First Christmas Day will be with my family, and the second with hers. We didn't really have concrete plans until my mother messaged us that we'd be going to a Chinese restaurant. My grandma will pay. My mother is very Christmas minded. I'm sorry, my wife is very Christmas minded and didn't like the idea of spending Christmas in a Chinese restaurant. I was okay with it because honestly, I don't care. What I did care about though is this whole decision making process. My wife or me were asked anything. I don't want my grandma to pay. I do her finances and know she hasn't got much money. For context, I'm 31, married, and living on my own since I was 22. Lately, I felt my parents are condescending towards me. They make fun of the things I like or act like it's something weird. They make sarcastic comments when I do things they don't like with my parents-in-law, for example, going to a fair. I do things differently than they do, and I have been feeling that they find that hard to deal with. I sometimes have the idea that they don't seem to be happy when I achieve something. Okay, so your parents are haters. What's the word, y'all? I mean, it's beyond haters. They just bad parents. Today I decided to stand up for myself, and oh boy, what a ride that was. I said to my parents that we were okay with going to the restaurant, but would have liked that they would have discussed it with us because we feel spending Christmas at home with a home cooked meal would be a better, more viable option. I know my mother can be fierce, but she almost instantly exploded. I shouldn't be ungrateful for getting a dinner, and if I don't want to come, I don't have to come. We are family, and we don't have to formally make appointments. She started crying and raised her voice at me and asked what I wanted to do instead. I told her we're okay with the idea, but it's more that they just assume that they can decide what we're going to do, and we just have to go along with it. I told her I have a feeling that they don't see me as a full adult. My father sided with my mom. They both said they don't recognize me this in any way. Eventually, my mother came out of the blue with another situation where she almost revealed what gift I bought for my wife. Why did you tell your mother? You stupid. Because I was using my speaker on phone with my wife next to me. She didn't know that she was on speaker and she didn't want to be. I didn't know this was a problem. Eventually, she said that we don't understand why my brother and I used our speakers and asked why we couldn't just make decisions without wives' involvement, because that's how we really feel about you in this house. I was quite baffled. Okay, then she's mad, blah, 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 and something. My mom was still crying. I decided to leave. My dad decided to calm things down and sided with her. As a man should I do, I guess. I turned around to give her a hug and a kiss because she's still my mom. Told her it's okay to sometimes have an argument, and then I left. Tomorrow's my wife's birthday, and they'll be there, so I don't know how to feel right now. I feel like I still need to tell them somehow how I feel, but I feel they don't really accept criticism. Maybe I'm in the wrong. How would you proceed, Deb? Okay, you know. That is the magic question. Let me go back to this bullshit that you wrote and that you are accepting from your raggedy ass parents. Okay. Your plans are planning how you're going to spend your Christmas days. You usually spend one with your wife's family and one with her family. I would spend 2 with my wife's family and none with my family. And you know why? Because they're trying to be controlling. And who goes to a Chinese restaurant on Christmas? I would just tell my mother, you tripping. Ain't nobody going to no damn Chinese restaurant on Christmas. I'm trying to have ham and stuffing and stuff like traditional shit. I'm not trying to have no wonton soup on Christmas. You tripping, Mom. I'm not coming. We ain't coming. And you ain't using grandma's money either because she doesn't have any. So you want to do all of this stuff, then you need to pay for it, because this sounds like a call to Adult Protective Services for financial abuse of an elder. And make sure that you don't do that, Grandma. Don't let them take your money. And then make sure that you let your parents know that you onto their shit, because this sounds really hella raggedy. They want to go out and spend all this money at a restaurant on Christmas, then they should be paying for it. Okay, so then you say that you don't care and all that stuff. You need to care. You said your wife is big on Christmas. Support your wife then. Your wife don't want to go to a Chinese restaurant on Christmas. Nobody wants to do that. I'm not even that big on Christmas, and I'm not doing that. Okay, so, then they make fun of the things that you like, and they try to, criticize the stuff that you do with your in-laws. Stop telling them stuff. That would be my number one suggestion. They're going to ask you stuff, and you're going to say none of your business. because when I talk to you about stuff, what I hear from you but nastiness and criticism. So from here on out, you're not gonna get told anything about what I do with my in-laws. That's something that's off limits to you now, because I don't like the way that I don't like your mouth when I tell you stuff. So I'm gonna just stop telling you stuff, and that's gonna solve that problem, right? But see, you have to get a spine, sir, and you have to start checking your parents. So, your mother exploded and we don't have to make formal appointments. Yes, you do, because I'm an adult and I have a life and other obligations. I'm not your child living under your roof. You don't dictate what I do and where I go. So, yeah, you do need to make an appointment. And the fact that you didn't, that's what's going to happen. Now I'm not coming. We're not coming. Yeah, you say you okay with the idea. So you going back and forth. See what I mean? You just like a wuss. And then she almost tell her the gift. What you tell her what you got your wife for? You stupid. You just talk too much. This is a thing with husbands. You got to separate from your mother. You don't tell your mother everything that's going on in your house. You don't tell your mother all the stuff that's going on with your wife. There's certain things that you need to shut up about. You don't tell your mother stuff. You're a husband now, soon to be a father. Shut up. Stop blabbing. What goes on in your household and your relationship with your wife is your business, and it should stay your business. I'm shocked that I have to tell you this. Stop telling your mother stuff. Even if she asks you, just tell her that you prefer to keep that confidential, or none of your business, Mom. You don't need to know that. That's between me and my wife. Something like that. You shut her down. You have to go through a retraining process, and you need to start doing it now. I mean, this whole letter, you just sound weak and stupid, and I'm just not feeling it at all. Yeah, you in the wrong because you agreed with her bullshit. You shut your mother down. Say, don't be making no plans for me to go nowhere, especially if it's going to be sitting some old lady's money like that. Y'all tripping. We ain't going no Chinese restaurant on no fucking Christmas. And you can forget it. You want to go, you go. I'm not going. And that's all you had to say. And then leave. And then you're going to be still hugging her and all this old shit. And then she's supposed to be suffering because you just walked out the door. So what you did basically was, check her, and then you undid the checking by giving her a hug and a kiss. You basically rewarded her and made her feel better for acting stupid. You lacking testosterone too. What's wrong with all these men tonight? They don't have no nuts at all. He's still attached to his mother like a big ass baby. I can't stand men like this. Soon as they start telling me, I mean, it hasn't been so much of an issue now because at my age, people's mothers are dead. So it's been cool. But, when I was younger and you start, meeting these dudes and they want to start telling you what their mother thinks, what their mother likes and what their mother cooks and all this old shit. And it becomes, me, I'm like, I'll listen for a minute or two. But anytime it comes where they going to keep talking about their mother or start comparing what I do to their mother, then they become every kind of MF I could think of. And if you think that bitch is so great, grand, and wonderful, you need to go over there and F her. Because you keep talking about it. That's what you need to do. And they be like, oh my God, you're something wrong with you. You're so foul and disgusting. Yeah, I am. But so it didn't stop you from running up in my face, did it? So now you know. So, get yourself on over here. Out of here then, you and your mama. Yeah, I can't stand it. Men are too attached to their mothers. I want nothing to do with them. There's no room for you in their life because everything's about their mother. And those mothers just be so attached to their sons. It's crazy. Especially, I learned if it's the only son or the oldest son. Sometimes the youngest son. The oldest and the youngest, they just be tripping. But if it's the only son, you can forget it. Or especially if it's her only child and it's a boy, oh my God, he's just going to be ruined. Question number 17. This young lady in the 22 to 27 age group says, how do I keep my composure when my abusive ex comes to my job? My ex and I dated from freshman year to sophomore year. We broke up because he was extremely toxic and controlling. He got a new girlfriend. I spoke up about the times he assaulted me. His girlfriend and her friends all said that can't be true. He doesn't have to because he's pretty, and nobody believed me. She even tried to fight me at one point after class. She called me a liar and all these names and said she was going to kick my butt. I work as a waitress, and that same girl that he rebounded with, he ended up marrying and having 2 kids with. Okay. He comes to the restaurant, and I work out a lot with his family. I know for a fact that the jerk comes here on purpose just to mess with me. He parks his loud ass car right in front of the window of my section just to remind me how great he is because he can afford things that I can't. Then he requests a table where he can watch the basketball game. We live nowhere near the Los Angeles area, but there's only one TV that shows the Lakers in my section. And yes, he always liked the Lakers, but there's 100 other places he can watch them. Obviously, I don't serve him, and someone else handles the tables, and him and his wife smirk at me the whole time. The other night hit hard. The Lakers played our local team, so it was a pretty packed night. Basketball is big in our area lately, so our local team won the NBA Finals. So his family came, and he still requested his usual table in my section to intimidate me, and my manager said I had to serve him. Okay. That's when I would have taken my apron off and thrown it down and walked out the door. But I see you didn't. Once I went there and grit my teeth and get their drinks, he went in his pocket and pulled out his car keys and his Louis Vuitton wallet, and his wife flaunted her purse. Then he said, "We're good with water, hun." And then when I came back, they ordered drinks. I had to serve them all night, and of course, he sent shit back, made me do pointless tasks. His wife even made me pour milk in a bottle, and then I watched the bitch pour it out and laugh. Yeah, well, that's because you didn't leave. Of course, no tip. His wife left a sweet note saying, "Enjoy your lifeless dead-end job serving my wine. Karma also serves you." And then she blew me a kiss as I read it. That was the most degrading night of my life. And not only did I have to serve a guy that literally abused me, he threw his money and success in my face while his wife bullied me. I'm trying to get over it and be the bigger person and try not to let it bother me, but I still can't get over it. It's literally tearing me apart, and I don't know if I can go back there. You should not go back there. By the time you noticed that he was making it a pattern to go there, you should have quit. If you're a good waitress with years of experience, you can get a job anywhere. Why would you need to do work there where he's going to keep coming to harass you and you still going to be there? Like that's the only place in the world that you could work. I strongly suggest that you go and work somewhere else, and after you get that job, that you go back to school. Go back to school and get you a degree or something, certificate or something, so that you can go and work in a office, someplace where he won't know where you are. Okay, he can't find you. Preferably, you would go to another city or another state. That would be ideal. One thing is, your manager is obviously not a savvy person to think that you have to serve someone that's abusing you like that. But, the fact that you stay and let these people, the manager and the husband and the wife, mistreat you, that's all on you. Those are all your decisions to do that. Because, if you was ready to quit the job anyway, like when the wife, going to ask you for something, just pour it on her head. When the husband wants something, pour it on his face. Tell him, throw that food on the table and let it splash all over. Just say, "Oh, I'm a terrible waitress. I'm so sorry. I don't even know what happened. It just slipped out of my hand." Stuff like that. They want to play passive-aggressive games. Let's go. But ideally, I like to be petty before I deuce out. But not everybody has that gene. So ideally what you should do, like I said, is get yourself up out of there. Go work anywhere else. There's obviously better places where you could work. And then you don't tell the people over there where you're going. Just say, "I don't know, I'm just going to rest at home for a while. I need to regroup." And then sign yourself up for some kind of certification program so you can get a job that pays you more and is outside of the scope of where they can be influencing you. Okay? There's no reason why anybody should deal with this. But I know me. I'll be like, "Oops. Oh my God. Look at all of this wine on your beautiful white dress. That dress would be fucked up." And I'd be just looking at it. "You got to pay for this. I'm not paying for shit. I slipped. It was an accident." Karma. Right? She liked karma so much. Karma. That's what made me fall. It was karma. Question number 18. This is a female in the 18 to 21 age group. Summary of issue. How do I stop seeking validation from men and learn my own confidence? I've always been kind of the kind to seek validation from men for confidence, to feel worthy, to feel good about myself, etc. Wow, you tripping. Especially because I often compare myself to my pretty friends that have been with a lot of guys. But on Tuesday, when I didn't get it from a guy, it really made me feel like shit. I realize I rely too much on guys to make me feel pretty and worthy. Basically, the guy just politely rejected me and it made my confidence go down. My confidence has already been pretty bad, so I'm looking for advice on how I can find confidence in myself and how to not take rejection personally. I hope this makes sense. I'm just kind of word vomiting right now, she says. Okay. Um, I'm trying to, the first thing that you need to do is figure out why you think complete strangers make you feel better about yourself. Are you really that empty inside? Because they're not doing anything other than just talking shit. But you putting all this stock into what complete strangers who don't know you from a hole in the ground say or don't say. And I'm really confused about where they do that at. Strangers, I mean, it's nice if they're polite and, they smile and you chit chat and stuff. It's nice, but it shouldn't affect you at all. It shouldn't make you feel bad about yourself. It shouldn't make you feel good about yourself. It just is what it is. It's just words. On this channel, y'all might know because they remember my videos better than I do. But on this channel, there are like dozens of videos about self-esteem, boundaries, finding your voice, building confidence, not looking for validation outside, but from inside, self-esteem. Put those words into the search bar on this channel to search for the videos with those titles, those keywords in it, and just start watching. Create a playlist for yourself. Start with self-esteem. And all the videos that have that in it will pop up and you can watch them. Because you just really don't have any. And the key word is self-esteem. You don't get it from other people. Definitely not from complete strangers. But you don't get self-esteem from anybody outside yourself or any situation outside yourself. It's something you create for yourself, and it's very sad that your parents did such a piss poor job of raising you to have any, that you have none. This is bad parenting. And, so you approach the dude, what I suggest you do? Go and approach 20 more. Approach 10 dudes every day so you can get used to getting rejected and see what it feels like. And then you'll see that it's no big deal. It's no more important for a dude to reject you than it is for you to not get a job you apply for, to get a credit card you apply for, a car loan you apply for, a rental unit that you apply for. It's the same thing. It's no personal indictment of you as a person. It just is what it is. Just roll with it. Okay? You putting all this stock on it. Yeah, she got to fill her own cup. And she act like she don't even have a cup. She's looking for other people to give her that too. Oh, I have new cable now. I have fiber optic. They installed it yesterday. This is so much better. Isn't this better? It's like it's no lagging. It's like 100% on. It's like, oh my God, where have you been all my life? Okay, let's move on. Question number 19. This is a male in the 20 to 34 age group. Summary issue. My mom is in her mid-50s and she's dating a dude younger than me. I'm 29. She didn't tell me anything about it, but I saw them together when I asked her who he was. She said that she met him at some event and he is a nice guy. She said they have a friendly relationship. And he put a little face like, the conversation was unpleasant for both of us, so I didn't want to talk about it anymore. Anyway, I don't think it's just a friendly relationship. Should I tell her that it bothers me a bit? Or tell the guy to find another woman? It bothers me a little because he's clearly too young for. I want you to shut up and mind your own goddamn business. First of all, your mother's a grown-ass woman. She can fuck whoever she wants to. Okay? It's none of your business, sir. You trying to regulate on your mother? You lucky. I mean, if she were me and you came to me talking about, he's too young for this, I would cuss you out. And tell the only thing that's too young around here is your mind and your tolerance level. I didn't raise you to be up in my business. Stay out my business. I didn't tell you because I knew you was going to be stupid and act retarded. So you just take yourself on somewhere and stay out of my mix. I am grown and I'm going to do what I want to do. If anything, you better get used to the idea this might be your stepdaddy, bruh. Be your stepdaddy, you're going to be calling them pops. I would mess with you just because I could. But, you doing the most, dude. Just relax. It's your mother. And, older women and younger men is a better match anyway. Ain't no woman in her 40s or 50s trying to deal with no. I mean, if you have your choice, you're not trying to deal with no dude in your age group because they're already broke down. They can't do nothing. You need a younger dude who still got, some shit happening. Old dudes, their backs be weak. They be out of breath. They be on medication so shit don't work. Nobody be trying to be bothered with all of that. Don't have no stamina. So, I think your mother's doing a wonderful thing and make sure you have much joy, continued joy in 2023, 24, 25, and onward. And you stay out of her mix, nosy. Question number 20 of 27. This is a young lady in the 22 to 27 age group. Summary of issue. Why is it pure and utter hell to date? So, online dating has been utter shit. Of course, what else is new, right? I'm not a model in terms of looks, but definitely I'm above average, or so I've been told by some pretty good looking girls I've been with in the past or even seen just for a bit. Now, problem is, I also tried more organic ways of dating, such as meeting through mutual friends, and that hasn't got me anywhere either. I hate when someone mentions a friend who is trying to date someone, but plans get canceled or nothing really happens out of it. I feel like a dog trying to get a bone that has an invisible rope attached to it, and it keeps getting pulled every time I try to pick it up. I'm patient, but my friends are pretty unreliable. Unfortunately, it is what it is. I'm in my mid-20s, and although I'm young still, I feel like it's not worth trying in this generation. It's either competing with a million other dudes for one woman or two dates and you're out or ghosted. Obviously, I'm just venting, but man, I know I'm not the only person that feels like this. I've also tried to date a bit out of my preference, but of course, those girls either, quote, have to work on myself, end quote, or, quote, I don't know what I want, end quote. It's like if you don't want to continue things, be straight up about it and don't give some half-ass story. Because first and foremost, why else are you on the app? Just to get a morale boost? Just like we heard from the girl before? Yeah. Terrible on how the dating scene has become. I've been single for 4 years roughly, and I have been looking for about 2 years. I have about 2.5 of those 4 years. I don't know. It's beyond stupid. Can you give me some advice that I haven't heard already? I just needed to vent. But I don't know what advice you've heard already. So, I mean, what you asked me to be psychic? I can't be psychic. I'm going to just tell you this. I don't know anybody who's really had any luck on them dating apps. I mean, y'all use them, but I don't know anybody who's had any luck. So I keep hearing this horror story. People are psycho, they nutty, they flaky, they stupid, they lie, they gameplay, they be married or got a baby mama pregnant or something. I mean, it's just drama. It's just drama, 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 drama. And unfortunately, because of it's a swipey thing, people are picking you based on how you look. So they swipe and swipe and swipe it, and they're giving about 1 second to look at your face and see if you're physically attractive to them, and that's all that they're basing their choices on. So you expecting them to be all deep and be like all knowing you and having a connection and all this sort of stuff. When they just picked you for how you looked, or you picked them for how they looked. That's all you know about the person. So what you trying to go all deep for, dude? I don't get it. Maybe it's just me. I don't understand. But that would be my thing is, get off the dating apps and start going to singles events in your area. Go to events. When you're out and about, pay attention to women who are checking you out. Okay, start looking. Don't be into your phone and all the shit that you dudes do. Now, I'm not saying you got to be stalking the women and staring at them, but make a conscious effort to look around and see if there's anybody looking at you. If you look at a woman, just casually, you scan in the room and you look at her and you notice that she's staring at you. She does her hair like this, or she starts smiling at you and something like that. Well, then that's a sign that she like what she see, if nothing else. And that's when you sashay your little ass over to where she is and say, you have a beautiful smile. Can I sit next to you? And she's going to say yes. And she does her hair like, the white girls love to do it. Love to put their hair behind their ears. Black women don't do that. But, I see it done all the time. And then that's when you start talking to her. Say, hi, well, my name is so-and-so. Where are you on your way to? Well, I'm on my way to so-and-so. Oh, yeah, me too. Blah, blah, blah. And then you just start a conversation. But it's better that way. Check for the women who are checking for you. And then you won't have this problem. You on them swipey things, it's never gonna work. Don't bother the women that don't look at you. Like she look at you and then she looks away. That's a sign she checked you out and she know you didn't pass the muster. Don't go trying to talk to her. You're gonna get your feelings hurt. You want to look at the woman who gives you a sign. She crosses her legs. She looks at you. She's smiling. She grinning. She does her hair like I said behind the ear, and she's batting her eyes. She giving you a couple of looks. She checking you out. What you do after that, that's on you. I can't give you a script for that part. Question number 21. This is a female, 22 to 27, male, same age group. Same issue. How can I get over my partner making a big expense while I was away out of town? My boyfriend wanted a car because of his long commute, but we had no savings, so his mom offered to pay for it and we would pay her back. I was fine with a basic affordable car, but he insisted on a more expensive one, and we agreed on between 10 and 12 grand. I had specific requests like no fancy gadgets to keep the cost down. His mom surprised us by saying that she'd buy the car over the weekend. I was stunned and didn't know how to react since I was leaving on vacation that same weekend. I hoped my boyfriend would consider my preferences while I was away with friends. They joked about me picking the color while they decided on the rest. I wanted to object but didn't want to spoil the moment since we were not alone and we were also with friends. I expected his mom to give us the money or join the car shopping, but not substitute me during it. During my trip, they chose a $20,000 car, which I initially refused. His mom called me selfish, saying it's for my partner's long commute. After a short conversation over the phone and no other options, I reluctantly agreed because my partner and his mother insisted. When I returned, the car had unnecessary gadgets, was double the budget, and not what I wanted at all. I thanked his mom but felt extremely disappointed with my partner. We're now in a $20,000 loan, and I'm unsure I'm wrong or how to proceed. It's been a week, and I can't really forgive my partner. How do I go about this? I feel very resentful and would like to stop feeling this way. Anything you can do to help? Yes, you're going to pack your stuff and you're going to leave him to pay for his car. See, what you just got was used, and you so stupid you don't even understand it. You're not married. There's no reason for you to think that anything to do with this car has anything to do with you at all. It's not your car. It's him and his mom's car. Your dumb ass would be there helping him pay for it, though, by helping cover bills or whatever and making it payments on the car, helping pay the insurance and all that kind of stuff on the car that you're not going to even be driving. You done lost your damn mind. If you don't pack your shit up and leave this fool and his $20,000 worth of debt, he did all that so you could help him pay for himself a car. And you just dumb and just don't even understand the game that just got run on you by him and his mother. His mother bought him a car. That's his car, and he's the only one that needs to worry about paying for it. And to emphasize that, you pack your stuff and you leave him and let him figure out how to pay for his car. You good, because I would have told him that. I'm saying, okay, this is how this is going to go. While y'all car shopping, I'm not going to be a party to this loan. I'm not agreeing to anything. I'm not signing anything. I'm not going to be a driver on the car. I'm not going to have any responsibility for this vehicle on insurance, nothing. So I want you to understand, everything to do with this car is going to be your responsibility and solely your responsibility. Don't ask me for a dime about this car. And anything that I'm paying in the house, my half of whatever, is going to stay exactly the same. I'm not going to increase my expenses because you want to go and get a $20,000 car. I'm not going to do that. So I hope you and your mother figure out how this is going to work. And then I would start, making sure myself got up out of there anyway. But, you didn't put them on notice while you were out of town that this was the program. You just went along with it and let yourself be bullied into assuming some responsibility for his car. Please. That motherfucker can get a car like Fred Flintstone that he makes go with his feet. As far as I'm concerned, I wouldn't give a damn about how he got to work. Just figure it out. Get you a bicycle. Probably need to lose some weight anyway. Question number 22. This is a female in the 22 to 27 age group. The young man, same age group. Same issue. My boyfriend won't eat unless I cook for him. That'd be one starving motherfucker. My boyfriend and I recently got an apartment together. We go 50-50 on rent and bills. Well, I still do all the cleaning, and he also expects dinner from me every night. If I don't cook, he won't eat. Or he will go get fast food. He got Taco Bell the other night and texted me as he says, why couldn't you just make me dinner? I understand he's tired after work and probably doesn't want to cook, but I don't see how it's my responsibility to make sure he's fed every night. I get off work early and I do stop by the store a few days a week to buy ingredients for dinner, but doing that every day has taken a toll on my wallet. He rarely pitches in to buy dinner. I love cooking and I don't mind, but I find it ridiculous that I have to buy the ingredients all the time. He only buys on the weekends when we go to the store together. But then stop letting him get away with that. What's wrong with you? Deb, I don't cook as much now because it's costly. He gets upset. He even told his mom that he needs to, quote, earn dinner from me, which isn't true. If he paid all the bills and I had nothing to worry about, then yes, I'd make sure he's taken care of and fed. That would be my job. But I'm working and stressing over bills just as much as him, and it's just not fair. Lately, I've been making dinner every night because I'm afraid of his reaction if I don't. It's usually just complaining, but I just can't stand it. I don't know how to bring this up without him getting upset because we have argued over it before. It's like dealing with a toddler. He's even lost 15 pounds since we moved in because he just won't eat unless I put food in front of him. Well, starve to death then. I don't give a fuck. Your ass could look like Skeletor. What? I don't understand the problem here. He'll just go to bed and pout the rest of the night when I don't cook. I'll just eat a sandwich, a quesadilla with fruit or veggies or anything I can easily put together. I don't know why he can't do the same because you gave in. You know what? It's like, you need to give me, you want to cook, you want to have a home cooked food do you think that shit is free? Motherfucker, give me $100 and then I'll cook. But I'm not going to cook and pay for the food anymore. I'm not doing that. You're going to buy the food that you want to eat so much, give me the money. Or I'll give you a list, you can go buy it. Either way, it's fine with me. But I'm not going to buy any more groceries than you expect me to cook and clean and spend money buying the groceries to feed your funky ass. I'm not doing it. That's all you had to tell him. And he would have been like, oh, and then he would have figured it out. The money he spent on Taco Bell and all the stuff here, he could have used it to buy groceries since he wanted to eat so much. But, you say you love to cook and stuff, then make him buy the groceries. It's not a problem. If he don't want to buy the groceries, he thinks you're supposed to buy the groceries and do all this other stuff, then you need to check your lease and find out when you can move right back out. Because this is ridiculous. He just would be using you. I don't see any partnership here. And you going in 50-50 and all this old shit here, please. I wish I would live with a man and pay 50-50. Fuck that motherfucker. He could just do whatever he gonna do. Go 50-50 with your male roommate. You gonna be trying to sleep with me and expect all these wifely services? See, that's why I say women who move in with men are stupid. You look at what's happening to you. This is a perfect example of the stuff that happens all the time. Y'all slide in there and you start doing wifely duties and assuming wife responsibilities, and you ain't nobody's wife. You just a mere stupid ass girlfriend who slides in and does all this stuff and let them put all this pressure on you. You girls need to wise the fuck up. Say, well, I want to get married. But you do all the stuff free that a wife would do, and then, dude's already getting all the services and privileges and everything and all the benefits and perks. Why would he marry you? What's he going to get different that they ain't already getting? That's the part y'all don't seem to be thinking about. You just be so excited to give yourselves away and everything that you got going on to some clown you just dating. And, of course, they're going to take advantage of it because you stupid and you give it to him. Please, he'd be lucky if he got a boiled egg out of me. You asking for wife services. That's on the wife side of that's white on the wife category. You ain't over there. You on the boyfriend side. So you eat at Taco Bell. Or you eat tuna fish sandwich or whatever I give you. But I'm not going to know a big expense for you. And then see, on the wife category, your income is community property. So you can just politely reach in his wallet, get out $100 and go to the grocery store because it's your money too. That's the benefit of being the wife. They can't say nothing. Be like, you took my money. No, that's our money. You confused. That's our money. What's yours is mine, and what's mine is mine. So that's how it is. Yes, honey, a boiled egg. And it's like, you better put some salt and pepper on it and be joyful. Question number 23 of 27. This is a young man, the 22 to 27 age group. Summary of issue. A girl I really liked left me immediately after a hookup, and I'm feeling devastated. Okay. He ready to get his feelings hurt. Because you know what that means. If she left right after the hookup, that means your hook wasn't hooking. Your hookup was nothing was happening. She's like, oh no, I cannot do this again. Y'all know it's true. You've had them situations with dudes and they just swear they hitting on something. They just swear they just rocking your world. And you sitting up there thinking, what the fuck is going on here? This is some bullshit. I know he don't think that this is good. He just delirious. Okay, so let's see what this sounds really interesting. I think I'm just venting, but I would still appreciate your thoughts. I first met this girl a couple of months ago at my town in a bar when she was visiting on a holiday. She got to talking and hitting it off, and we ended up making out by the end of the night. We exchanged numbers, and the next day I texted her and found out that coincidentally, I'd be over in her town the next few months to see a gig I had booked. Fast forward to that weekend I visit, the last weekend, and she was initiating texts asking me what my plans are and when she'll be free to meet, etc. We decided we go to see a comedy show and also go out for drinks. Well, the night itself, when we met, we ended up going well. I thought we were having a good conversation and it didn't really feel like there was any real awkwardness or anything. We laughed a lot at my jokes, etc. When we got to the bar towards the end of the night, at one point I eventually put my hand out to hers to hold it, and while we did, it felt a bit more hesitant / reluctant on her end, if that makes any sense, as if she was trying to avoid the more affectionate, intimate side of things, which in hindsight should have been a sign for things to come later. That means you should have dropped her hand and just left it alone, but you didn't do that. We get back to my hotel afterwards and had what you call nook. I couldn't really, there was no skyscraper action happening, unfortunately, so I had to resort to other methods. Immediately after she finished, she jumped straight out of bed and said that she had to go. My heart immediately sank and I could feel a lump in my throat, as I was really hoping she would have wanted to stay the night and cuddle and chat and then leave the next morning. She didn't seem fazed or anything, and she was just getting dressed, asked me how I was doing, and while not having the happiest look on my face, I said I was okay. I brought her over to the elevator and we hugged, and she said maybe she will see me again in her town or mine. I texted her when she got back asking if she got home okay, and she said she did. And then this conversation basically died after that, and I haven't really heard from her since. I just really wanted to vent about this as I have been internalizing this for the past few days. I'm sorry, this shit is funny. I feel really awful as I've been very excited to meet her and see where things would go in a more serious way. But after what happened, it made me feel extremely disposable and made all of her previous communications and plans to do stuff with me feel so disingenuous, as it seemed like she really only had one goal, which was to hook up with me, and that was it. No, she didn't even really want to do that, you stupid. Okay, first of all, you say that you, I just saw what Pablo Escobar said. Okay, let me explain to you this, okay? You meet the girl, y'all texting, everything's all lovely and wonderful, and you make a move to, y'all on the first thing y'all is making out. Okay, mistake. You said that, you really wanted to see where things would go. Then why did you do that? How are things going to go anywhere when y'all start off doing freak shit in a bar? Even if you were like the horniest dude on the planet, you're portraying yourself as like garbage. See, dudes don't think about this part. They feel like, well, I'm trying to get busy and stuff like this. Do you know a woman is assessing you at every step? She's trying to figure out if you just a horn dog, are you somebody she could really be with? Are you serious about getting to know her? Are you just here for the minute? She gonna let you write the script, and she's just gonna. A lot of girls, they just gonna go along with it because they want a good time on the mattress, just like you do. But that doesn't mean that that's where you should go if you want her for something more. You have to control yourself. It's a test to see how well you do. And not only did you not control yourself, you went all the way, taking her to the hotel thinking, and then like, well, I wanted her to cuddle and this and that. No. See, you did shit all ass backwards. And your body and your heart already knew this shit was out of sequence. And that's why you couldn't perform. Because you were confused emotionally with what was going on. You trying to be like a player, but you really was having expectations of an emotional connection with this woman, but you didn't honor yourself. You didn't respect yourself. You just went along just to go along. You young people, Pay attention to what it is that you say you want and conduct yourself accordingly. This could have been a very nice situation if you just had paused, hit pause for a minute, and not brought her back to your hotel. Take her home, and you go back to your hotel by yourself. There was no reason for this evening, when you just really had the first date with the girl after meeting her at a bar and texting and stuff, for it to end up in your hotel like that. She got out the fuck up out of there because not only did you just act like a hoe, but you couldn't even do it right. Because you're having all these emotions. Oh, I wanted her to cuddle. I wanted her to stay the night. That's somebody who's emotionally invested. That's not somebody who's trying to be a player. Dude, honor and respect yourself better than this in the future. Okay? You ain't that dude that's just going to be bed hopping. That's not you. Honor and respect yourself. Conduct yourself accordingly and respect who and what you are. Okay? Live authentically. Don't be trying to live into some society that doesn't really match with the kind of person that you are. And this goes for you too, girls. Respect your goddamn selves. This shit is ridiculous. But, for dudes, it's like, a woman could still do it. But a dude, his mind, everything has to be in sync. Otherwise, shit don't be working, as he saw. You got to do better, young people. You got to honor and respect yourselves better than this. So he really messed up this situation. But I'm glad he wrote. I'm glad you wrote. And I want you to seriously consider what I'm saying. I know the hookup generation and everybody want to think this is all grand and wonderful and this is what you should do and all this kind of stuff here. It's creating a lot of damaged people that cannot connect with each other emotionally. You guys go through the motions of a relationship, but it's not really there because you don't take the time to get to know each other. You don't even damn know yourselves. But you doing some crazy shit because everybody else is doing crazy shit. It's like his body betrayed him because his body knows that's not who he is. That's not what he really wanted. And that he just didn't respect himself enough to stay true to his path and who he is as a man. It's unbelievable. Yeah, I don't even know if he didn't even really think about it. He just going along with what, the current millennial behavior pattern is. This bed hopping thing, this hookup thing. Everybody's not cut out for that. And even if you try to do that, every situation is not going to work like that. There's going to be people that you want something more with. You need to recognize that, take a look at your heart, and then conduct yourself accordingly. Honor and respect yourself. And then you won't have problems like this. He could have a nice little situation, nice little girlfriend, fucked it up by not being true to himself and not conducting himself like a man. Instead of just being like stupid. Question number 24. This is a female in the 18 to 21 age group. Young man, same age group. Survey issue. My boyfriend wants to split costs of commute. I'm 18, he's 20. We both live about 60 minutes away from each other. And usually the one Ubering to my area because neither one of us have access to a car. And Uber is unsafe for women in my country. He wants to split the cost of the rides each time, even if I'm not in the vehicle with him because it's expensive. And we're both pretty tight on money, but it bothers me a bit because I have a lot of expenses on my own and I can barely get through the month. I don't mind splitting every now and then, but I can't afford to do it every time, even though I feel bad about it. How do I navigate this situation without sounding like a complete materialistic, B word? For more context, we have been seeing each other for about a month. I don't have a job because I'm not allowed to get one. I have strict parents. He works 2 jobs but doesn't get paid much and has a strict budget now that he needs to stick with. Our dates are pretty simple and low cost because Uber takes up 90% of the budget. Okay, that's it. Okay, that sounds like y'all don't need to be dating. Y'all don't have no money. Dating costs money. You don't have none. You don't have a job and he's working 2 Mickey Mouse jobs and then paying Uber to come see you. I mean, it's nice that he wants to see you and stuff, but, tell him just do a Zoom call or FaceTime or WhatsApp or whatever people do these days. And some of the time, and then just come and see you a couple of times a month. Maybe like every other week or something like that. But it really, to me, seriously sounds like you two, it's a geographically undesirable situation that you need to let go. You only been dealing with for a month, so it's not like you all invested and stuff. It's like, this is crazy. I wouldn't be spending the cost of nothing. He just would find me a new boyfriend that I could just walk down the street and be, that's it. Question number 25 of 27 questions is the most we had in a long time. She's in the 18 to 21 age group. Summary of issue. A trait of mine is interfering with my relationships. Huh. I'm 21 and I got broken up with last week. My ex is 21 as well. His excuse was that I, quote, don't have opinions about things and that he, quote, doesn't know me, end quote, and I don't know him. I'm trying to understand where this comes from because when I would make conversation with him, he'd always give short answers and would rarely ask me questions about anything. He never made the effort, but somehow it's my fault. What really bothered me was the opinion part. My therapist says the same thing. It's hard to get an opinion from me and to get me to open up. I've never received this complaint from my platonic relationships, just from the only two romantic partners I've had and my therapist. What do they mean by that? And how can I work on this part of myself? What this is a question for your therapist. What you asking me for? I don't know what they mean. You should be asking them. But it seems pretty clear. I mean, if you got the three people that you're the closest to besides your parents, all say the same thing, then that kind of has a ring of truth to it, don't you think? They say that you don't have opinions about things. So that means if somebody asked you, would you rather have, I don't know, strawberry ice cream or chocolate mint ice cream or something else, which one do you prefer? Oh, I don't know. Anything is fine. That's what that means. You never state your opinion about anything. Well, what's your favorite color? Is it red, blue, green, what? Oh, I don't know. I just wear whatever. That's what they mean. You don't never have an opinion about anything and you drive people crazy. So people, when you when you respond like that, people never know who you are, what you like, what you're about, what your interests are. They never know anything because you never say anything. You're never definitive about who and what you are and what you prefer in life. Your choices in life. You don't have any. That's what they mean. But, they could also mean something else. But from my perspective, if this is my interpretation of what you wrote, and about, I don't know you and stuff. That's how that came together for me. That would be the way that would play out. And that's why they would say that they don't know who you are, because you never have a fucking opinion about anything and you never share your thoughts. You don't have any thoughts. Just like a shell of a person. So what you need to ask your therapist is, why do I do that? Why do you think I do that? What happened? What trauma did I have so that I want to hide who and what I am and my thoughts and opinions? So you think about it. Were you raised in a family where you didn't get to have your thoughts and opinions? They told you what to think? Were you raised in an environment where every time you had a thought or opinion, they told you it was wrong, it was bad, you shouldn't think that way, you shouldn't feel that way? Were you raised in an environment where when you did say that you liked something, somebody told you that was bad and you should like something else? Why do you like red? Ugh, red is so ugly. You should like green. Were you in an environment like that? I'm just throwing out some ideas. These are things for you to think about because this kind of behavior has a source. There's a root. There's a reason. You need to figure out what that is. And once you figure out what that is, then you can start working with your therapist to undo the damage. But as long as you run from it and hide from it and act like it's not really there and you don't know what people talk about and all this dumb stuff that you're playing right here, you're never going to get better and you're never going to improve as a person. So turn around and face the music. Figure out what impacted you to be this way and then start working on reversing it. Question number 26 of 27. This is a male. 22 to 27 age group, female, same age group. Summary of issue. I want my girlfriend to stop being clingy and annoying and playing the victim. My girlfriend is currently in a mood with me. Why? Because some girl commented on the same video that I commented on. What? I want to tell her that she is too overprotective, but I don't want to offend her. In her books, this is the healthiest relationship ever, but it only took me the time to realize it isn't when we have little fights every day. She just had one of our biggest fights, and I'm seriously thinking of breaking up with her, but I can't imagine doing that. We barely meet in real life, so we mostly just talk on text, but it gets really frustrating and annoying when she says stuff about me possibly talking to other girls when I'm obviously not. The bottom line is what you do is you tell her. So if I do talk to other girls, what is it? What's the problem? They're human beings and so am I. Am I supposed to just not talk to any other woman on this planet? Just you? That's not going to happen. So you need to get over it. I'm going to talk to other people. I'm going to like other women's posts. I'm going to like other women's pictures. I'm going to talk to other women in my school, at my job, at my church, walking down the street. I'm going to have friends that you don't know and that aren't friends with you. I'm going to have a life that's outside of this relationship. If that's a problem for you and you can't understand why I would want to do that, then we need to break up so you let me know what you decide to do. That's what you need to tell her. And this barely meeting in real life, so you basically have a text relationship. Where do they do that at? That sounds like a big waste of time. But see, that's why you don't really know her. You don't understand her because y'all just, your relationship is over text. I done told you, young people, you can't establish a relationship over text. It's ridiculous to think that that's real life. And so what's happening in real life is y'all fight all the time. So does that sound like somebody that's a good fit for you? Not to me. Let's move on to question number 27. This is a female in the 35 to 42 age group. This is our last question. But before I do that, let me do this. We've had a constant stream of people signing up for our webinar. We got a webinar. Notice how many of the women that you listen to today need this webinar. We got a webinar coming up to teach you how to say no, teach you about boundaries, teach you to have your voice, teach you to not be the lamb, what you call it? The lamb and deer in headlights thing. Get your stuff together, ladies. You need to be able to tell men no and back men up off of you if you're not interested in what they're talking about. And not just men, even female friends, family members. Sometimes it's even your own kids. You got to learn to tell them no. So that's coming up in December. You can scan the image there, the QR code. Well, I'll also put the direct link in the show description page below, but I haven't done it yet. So wait till after the show is over and then I'll do it. Okay. But yeah. Oops, let me figure out. I forgot to take it off. There we go. So that'll be coming up in December, and there's only room for 50 people. I think it's room for. We already got 10 people signed up, so 40 more. All right. So don't be waiting till the last minute because you just be ass out. It's only 50. That's it. Question number 27. This is a female in the 35 to 42 age group. The male's 35 to 42 as well. Summary of issue. My ex, I'm 35, and my daughter's father just got married. Against my therapist's advice, I went to the wedding because my daughter said she needed me there. It's been over a week now, and I'm just feeling worse and worse. Do you have any suggestions on how to snap out of it? Oh, boy, I can tell this is going to be, okay, as long as fuck, and you about to get cussed out, I can tell. Okay, so I started to not go, but my 10-year-old's father and I dated for 7 years, and one of the main reasons I ended the relationship was because he seemed like he was never going to propose. I felt so taken advantage of. I paid for everything. I kept a home for us, and I took care of our daughter. You paid for everything. Towards the end, he cheated on me with the woman who's now his wife. I found out because he was house sitting for our friends in the apartment upstairs from ours. I took her to, okay, she heard them getting nook. It still haunts me to this day. His daughter and I were right downstairs. Fast forward, it's been 7 years since I broke up with him, and he just married this girl. So you be talking about 7 years ago you broke up with him. Okay. She's much younger than him. They live in her parents' house and practically have no responsibilities. I have a new boyfriend who's a good guy, but our relationship has problems. I feel trapped with him and kind of unloved. And again, in a situation where I feel I will never lead to marriage, as he's been previously married and divorced. I've never asked her father for child support. I let him see her half the time with no court involvement. He and his now wife constantly go off on extravagant vacations. Right now they're honeymooning in Ireland. And they purchase whatever they want whenever they want because their home utilities and food are paid for by her parents. I feel like my boyfriend and I would probably be happy too if we had that type of lifestyle. He works long hours and days to provide for us. I'm a stay-at-home mom who homeschools my daughter. I do love and appreciate what he does for us. I just feel like there's no spark in our relationship anymore, and this wedding has, for some reason, really brought that to the surface. Deb, I'm having a hard time. It's so hard to get out of bed in the morning. I have plans for my day, but for the past 2 weeks, I have not been able to get motivated to do anything. I'm so damn depressed. I just feel like I have no purpose, no life, no drive, and I'm pretty much worthless and damn and useless and generally just never good enough. Every serious boyfriend I've ever had has cheated on me at the end of our relationship and then gone on to marry that girl. I feel so left out. I feel like the only girl in senior class who doesn't have a date to the prom. I feel like giving up, but then again, I sort of feel like I already have. You have. Not sure what I want you to say. Maybe I'm just venting. I want to chop my hair super short. Okay, you going to go to do the Britney Spears route? Or do something absolutely drastic to break me out of this funk, but I don't know if that will even work. I hate who I've become. I'm agitated by everyone. I just want to be alone all the time. Okay, blah, blah, blah. I'm barely sleeping. I'm not eating. I'm drinking more than usual, smoking a pack a day. Okay, da, da. I couldn't have sacrificed any more for him than I did, and it still wasn't enough. I feel like my daughter didn't even care that I was there. She was fine. I didn't need to go. And now I have a small bit of resentment towards her for asking me to go, but I already told her that it would be very painful for me, and I hate that. Please pray for me. I'm not going to pray for you. I'm going to kick your ass with some words right quick. Let me go through this nonsense that you wrote, 4 pages of bullshit. Okay, first of all, your daughter is 10 years old, and she says, Mommy, I want you there. And you say, no, I'm not going. You either may arrange for your daddy to pick you up or one of his sisters or somebody can come and take you, but Mommy's not going to Daddy's wedding. There's no reason for me to go, and I'm not doing it. And all you had to do was keep saying no. And you know what the daughter would have done? She would have stopped asking you. But instead, you let her get away and you subjected yourself to this nonsense for who knows what reason. Number 2, you broke up with this man 7 years ago, got yourself a new man, and you acted this zip damn stupid about his new marriage. First of all, he cheated on you. What makes you think he's not doing the same thing to her? Why do you paint their marriage as so rosy and perfect in your rabid mind? Number 3, all of this stuff, your boyfriend that you got now is taking care of you and your daughter. It's allowing you to stay at home and homeschool your kid. Do you understand what a blessing that is and how that man must care about you and your little raggedy 10-year-old daughter? To the point where he's willing to do all of that for a kid that's not his and a woman he's not even married to. And you can't accept that. You don't see the benefits there. You don't see it as something to be appreciative of. Instead, you getting out of bed all depressed and talking about you want to chop your hair off and be all stupid about a man who left your ass 7 years ago and is married to another woman. Do you understand how stupid you sound right now? You going to fuck up what you got, and you going to have to work 2 jobs to take care of yourself. And your daughter's have to go back to public school and get beat up and bullied. You know how I know that's going to happen to her? Because she's stupid. Your daughter just don't even understand no. And with other kids, they're going to make sure you understand no, and they're going to beat your behind about it to make sure that you get it. But see, you fucking up all over the place. You didn't ask the daddy for no child support, and then you took care of the man too? Where they do that at? So you treated this man like a child, and then he was mad because he didn't want to marry you. And went off and married somebody else who is treating him like a child and is going to take care of him. That's what he wanted. And the woman he's with now is able to do it better because her family has money and yours doesn't. So I'm not really sure what it is you expect me to say other than you stupid and you're going to fuck up your relationship and mess up everything that you got going with this new dude. I suggest that you get yourself into some therapy, because you need somebody, like if you had therapists like me, you would be straight with 2 sessions at the most. The first, I would listen to your bullshit. And then the second one, I'd be cussing you out for the full hour of the session. And then after that, you wouldn't need to come back because you would be straight. But there's no reason why you're acting like this other than you just stupid. I mean, I don't know what else you expect me to say. You expect pity? I'm not going to give you that. You expect understanding? Absolutely not. You expect support and encouragement for this retarded behavior that you're doing? Nope, not coming, not here. Not coming from me. I'm just going to tell you about yourself. You acting like the dumbest broad, the most desperate, just the most resentful, stupid, taking care of a man, just like a pick-me. You just the worst of the worst. That's the kind of woman that you are. And then you want to wonder why they cheat on you and don't want to be with you. Because you have no self-esteem, you have no spine, you have no purpose. Like, you're right. So you don't want a dude for really a dude to love and respect you. You have to love and respect yourself. And I'm not seeing where you have any of that going on here. Your boyfriend now is some special kind of dude. You better be grateful. But at some point, he almost like he get tired of you too, because you're gonna be, looking all depressed and stuff about some other dude. He's not gonna be tolerating that shit, and he's gonna dump your ass too. And then you're gonna really get to see what life is like as a single mother on your own. You so dumb. And go file for child support. Make that clown, that monkey ass fool pay some money. Even if you don't use it, put it in a bank account for your daughter for college. If she don't go to college, she can use it for a down payment on a house. But make him pay. Get you an attorney and go file them papers. Get that money out that fool. Now that he got it's some community property, right? So he got that all them riches from her. So you're gonna get a nice check. Make sure you go get her money. Okay? That probably make you feel better too. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed What the Fuck Wednesday. I'm exhausted. These people just wore me out. I'm just like, oh my God. We'll be back next week. There's a holiday on Friday. First, I said, I should do like a Sunday sermon, but then I'm going to be at my cousin's house, hopefully. And so I'm not even going to be around, so I'm not even going to tell you all that lie. But we'll see what I can do later in the month, okay? Before Thanksgiving, around then. But other than that, I hope you guys had a fun time. Happy birthday again, Shay. I'm glad you had a great time. You guys go and sign up for that webinar. I'll put the link underneath the show description page so you can just go right to it. And other than that, I'll see you guys next Wednesday.